Welcome back to the Crypto Bot channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Bitcoin is finally breaking out from this falling wedge pattern, which could change everything, while the price is also flashing a new signal on this chart that we need to pay attention to. So in just a moment, I'll be giving you an update on my Bitcoin trade alongside Ethereum now playing out a new signal in the short term. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in this video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, just giving you a quick update on the 3-day Bitcoin chart, and as of right now, we technically still have a hidden bullish divergence pattern here on the 3-day time frame, which is a bullish trend continuation pattern. And of course, as of right now, the larger trend at play on the larger time frames is still technically a bullish trend, forming higher lows and higher highs. And so here on the larger time frames, looking at the bigger picture, nothing has really changed over the last one day. So if we're taking a look at this daily Bitcoin chart, what we are now seeing is a little bit more of a pullback here in the DXY, just in the short term. And so of course, this is good news for the price of Bitcoin. If the DXY is pulling back, usually that results in bullish price action for Bitcoin and crypto, as we've seen over and over again throughout Bitcoin's history. But usually when the DXY is bullish, that often results in bearish price action for Bitcoin and crypto, as we just saw here over the last 1 to 2 months or so. But if this pullback in the DXY continues in the short term, like what we are now potentially seeing in the DXY today, if this continues to the downside, then once again, this is a signal telling us that we're likely going to see more of a bullish relief or a bullish reversal here in the short term out of that short-term pullback or short-term bearish trend, reversing into a new short-term bullish trend that is still occurring within the much larger bullish trend. Because in case you're new to all of this, basically the larger bullish trend is comprised of short-term bearish and short-term bullish trends. And so essentially this is an example of a shorter term bearish trend, which is potentially now reversing into a short-term bullish trend, especially if we start seeing more confirmation, like some higher highs confirming in the price action or a further pullback here in the DXY. And another signal I've already been talking about here on the channel just recently is of course the breakout in the daily Bitcoin RSI, which has already been confirmed with a successful retest, flipping that previous resistance into new support. And if we're looking at the last couple of times where we saw a breakout in the daily Bitcoin RSI above a significant descending line of resistance, both of those previous examples occurred just before another major move to the upside on the larger timeframes. And in fact, if we're looking at just the last time where we actually saw a breakout and then a retest in the daily Bitcoin RSI, that was back here during around mid to late September. And if we're looking at what happened back then in the market, basically that occurred after we saw a long consolidation phase in the market, basically a massive pause from the larger bullish trend and actually a short-term pullback. But at that stage in the market, obviously that occurred just before the next major leg to the upside in the larger bullish trend, which by the way can contain short-term pullbacks every now and again. And so simply based off the RSI alone, this is telling us that we're potentially about to see another significant leg to the upside at some point within the next few months or so, because remember, these larger moves play out over multiple weeks or months. But once again, do not forget that we can see short-term bearish price action even during a larger bullish move. And if we're taking a look at this daily Bitcoin chart, we can see that right now the price of Bitcoin is attempting a potential breakout from this falling wedge pattern. But as of right now, this potential breakout has not yet been confirmed. Because as of right now, even though the price is trading slightly above this line of resistance at the time of recording this video, we have not yet seen an actual daily candle close confirming above this line of resistance. And obviously, as of right now, we have not yet confirmed a new higher high in the price of Bitcoin. And so first of all, we need to at least see a daily candle close above this line of resistance, which by the way, this line of resistance is currently sitting at around 62.6K. But ideally, in order to become more confident that we're actually reversing back in the bullish direction here in the short term, we ideally need to confirm a new higher high in the price of Bitcoin, which if we're looking at these candle closes, that previous high is sitting at around 64.2K, or if we're looking at the actual candle wick high, that's sitting at around 65,500. And so basically, once we start breaking out above those levels right there, cementing a new higher high in the price of Bitcoin, at that point, especially if we confirm this higher low in place, then we can become more confident that we're actually reversing back into the bullish direction here in the short term. And in that case, if we see those extra confirmation signals confirming this bullish breakout, then in that case, that will set up the bullish price target for this pattern, which is basically sitting around the top of the wedge at around 72 to 74,000. And as of right now, we're also perfectly still bouncing from this area of support where we've previously found a lot of support in the price of Bitcoin, and that's still sitting in between around 60,500 to 61,000. And so these areas of support have not changed for the price of Bitcoin over the last one day. And so when it comes to my trading strategy for the price of Bitcoin right now, first of all, if you've been watching my videos over the last 1 to 2 weeks, you would know that my trading strategy has not really changed all that much. I've already scaled into a long position around these lows. And I took a small amount of profits off the table from that long position roughly around here, and I actually entered even more into that position pretty much at this exact low right here at around 60 to 60,500. And so as of right now, this is my current Bitcoin long position. It's currently a $300,000 Bitcoin long position, and essentially I'm just holding this position open, especially if we confirm this breakout right here on the daily Bitcoin chart. Because as I've explained recently here on the channel, the idea around this position, at least for me, once again, this is not financial advice, this is just my trading strategy. The idea about this long position is to basically have it as more of a swing trade. And so essentially I'm looking to catch the next leg to the upside in the larger bullish trend. So basically a move like that, for example, rather than just trade a quick little short-term pump like that, for example. And so just for example, with a position size like this, a quick little move like that to the upside just in the short term, if I opened and closed at that move right there, perhaps I could profit around 10 to 20K from that trade. But if I'm able to catch a move like that and hold the trade over multiple weeks, if not months, then perhaps this trade could net hundreds of thousands of dollars of profits. And so personally, that is why I like to focus on the larger moves that play out over multiple weeks, if not months, also known as swing trades, rather than just short-term scalp trades. And of course, in the worst case scenario, when it comes to risk management, in the worst case scenario, if the price just completely fails this breakout and we see a crash right now, my stop loss is already sitting in profits above my entry. And once again, I already have taken a small amount of profits off the table out of that trade. And so basically, if the price just crashes right now, I'm still making some money from this trade in the worst case scenario. And of course, the best case scenario would be if we further confirm this breakout for the falling wedge and head up towards the price target. And if you want to take trades just like this for yourself to make a lot of easy profits in crypto, then make sure to check out this exchange which I'm trading on right now, which is Bybit. So I'll make sure to leave a link to Bybit in the description down below and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link down below this video to make a Bybit account and deposit on that account, then you can get up to a $30,000 deposit bonus, but only if you use that link down below this video. And also, if you use that link, it'll take you to this page right here where you can claim an exclusive 200 USDT airdrop position just by making a Bybit account using that link, making a deposit and claiming the airdrop. And so if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, you might as well check this out. Once again, first link down below this video. But for whatever reason, if you cannot access Bybit or if you cannot KYC on Bybit, there is also Bitflex, which is another crypto exchange similar to Bybit, but you don't need KYC for Bitflex. And so I'll also make sure to leave a link to Bitflex down below this video as an alternative crypto exchange. And if we're taking a quick look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, we can see just recently the price of Bitcoin pretty much perfectly brushed against this area of liquidity, sitting in between around 63.4K to 63.8K. And so as of recording this video, there's still hundreds of millions of dollars worth of liquidity around those prices, basically just above the current price of Bitcoin, which is basically acting as a magnet pulling Bitcoin towards that liquidity. And so potentially this is one of the reasons as to why Bitcoin had a pump just recently, basically to take out that short-term liquidity that was building to the upside, as I mentioned in my last video. But if we're zooming out to a larger time frame on the liquidation heat map, we can still see a lot of liquidity to the upside, mainly sitting at around 67,500. And so as of right now, there's billions of dollars of liquidity sitting right at around 67.4K, which is a strong price target for the price of Bitcoin. And once the price of Bitcoin eventually crosses above 67.4K, that will liquidate billions of dollars of short positions, which could potentially send the price much higher. And so around that 67.4K level, that is definitely an important level to pay attention to on the price chart for the price of Bitcoin. But if we're taking a look at Ethereum on the weekly time frame, right now the price of ETH is once again finding a lot of support around the 38.2% Fibonacci level of support, which is sitting just underneath 2.9K. But if we were to see a strong confirmed break to the downside, so a weekly candle close, for example, confirming below that Fibonacci level, then in that case, the next major retracement level to the downside acting as support would be sitting at around 2,500. But at least for now, once again, the price is still finding a lot of support at 2.9K, which is the level to pay attention to for now. And if we're taking a look at the daily time frame, right now the price of ETH is potentially still forming this massive falling wedge pattern. Because right now the price has not yet confirmed a break either below this support line or above this resistance line. So technically the price of ETH is still kind of in a short-term bearish trend, basically a pullback within the much larger bullish trend. And right now, this line of support for the falling wedge is sitting at around 28.40, and this line of resistance is sitting at around 32.50. And if we're taking a look at this 8-hour time frame, right now the price of ETH once again is still finding a lot of support around this area of support, which is sitting in between 28.50 to 29.50. And so right now the price is potentially just in this large choppy sideways price range, looking relatively neutral. Because obviously, as you can see right here, over the last 1 month or so, the price has basically been chopping around sideways in between this support and this resistance. And this area of resistance is sitting in between 3.2K to 32.50. And we also have some more resistance at around 3.3K to 33.50. And so once again, even if we see a further bounce here in the short term for the price of ETH over the next few days, we are still potentially just in this sideways price range that we've been in over the last 1 month or so. But if we're zooming into the much shorter term for the price of ETH, taking a look at the 4-hour time frame, right now the price is playing out a new bullish divergence pattern. Because as of right now, the price has already confirmed a new lower low in the candle closes, while the RSI on the same time frame has confirmed a higher low, which is a bullish divergence. And these bullish divergences on the 4-hour time frame usually play out over a couple of days or so, and they usually play out in the form of either a sideways consolidation or a bullish relief in the short term as the most likely outcomes. And so once again, we're most likely going to consolidate around this area of support over the next few days, or potentially just bounce to the upside a little bit further into this larger sideways price range over the next few days as the most likely outcome. And in order to invalidate this bullish divergence, basically we would have to see a breakdown here in the RSI. If this RSI starts breaking below this previous low, below this line of support right here, then that would invalidate this bullish divergence. And if we're taking a quick look at the price of Solana on the 12-hour time frame, right now the price is still finding support along this ascending line of support, which is currently sitting at around 143 to 144. But as of right now, the price is also still battling against this area of resistance, sitting in between 150 to 155. And we also have a level of resistance at around 160 and another area of resistance in between 167 to 172. But if we actually break below this ascending line of support right here, then we also have some more support down towards around 139 approximately, so just underneath 140. And below that area right there, we also have a lot more support in this price range in between 120 to 128. But at least as of right now, just in the short term, the price of Solana is looking relatively neutral as of right now, because we have not yet really confirmed a break below this line of support or above this line of resistance. And at the moment, we're kind of lacking momentum just in the short term. But if you want to trade these moves in the price of any crypto, then once again, check out those links down below this video to claim those extra bonuses. And if you want to actually know how to trade crypto, no matter if the price is bullish, bearish, or chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.